Are you still trying to think outside the box? Are you still finding ways to remove the box? Or are you ready to find and take your place in this circle of life? Hi everyone, I'm Ronak and welcome to Me and You, where the aim is not to follow one another but walk together into the world of Disney inspiration, where I share my reflections and introspective insights on a Disney inspired quote, and I wish you do the same. Find out what meaning the quote holds for you in your life. For inspirational quotes are like pieces of puzzle. It's up to us to find out where it fits in our puzzle of life in order to find our bigger picture in life. And so to all the newcomers, as I welcome you to this channel, I hope you're ready to put on your introspective glasses as you begin your adventure within. For that which comes from within has far more greater impact than any other outside influences that we're surrounded with today. The first step in beginning any adventure in life is to believe in it. So I truly hope that you take out some time to deeply ponder upon the previous quotes step by step. For just as each dot is connected to the other to form a bigger picture, each quote is connected to the other to help you form your bigger picture in life. I'll put the links to the videos in the description box below. For those who already begun, I welcome you once again. Before we begin, I would like to quickly add that if you find this video helpful, do like and share it with like-minded people. If you would like to join me on this introspective journey within, do click on that walk with me button and press on that notification bell so you're notified each time I upload a video. And so, as we walk together today, my wish for you is that you also ask yourself the same questions as I am and find out what answers come to you from within and share your reflections in the comments. So let's begin with our 8th step in our 10 steps to manifesting our dream life the Disney way, with the quote from the movie The Lion King, where Mufasa tells his son, "Look inside yourself, Simba. You're more than who you've become. You must take your place in this circle of life." As I was introspecting on this quote, the first question that I asked myself was, have I ever looked inside my own self in life? And as I was reflecting on it, I realized that all my life I had always looked outside, for I didn't know how to look inside. I must have read thousands of books, listened to hundreds of lectures, and been a part of a lot of discussions. But I now realize that they were all outside, for I didn't know where inside was. I had all this information, this knowledge from outside, but I still failed to see any changes in myself. It had yet to make any difference in my life. I'd gathered all these pieces of knowledge, but I still didn't know what, where, and how it all fit in my puzzle of life so that I could find my bigger picture in life. So the next question that came to me was, how do I look inside? Where do I look inside? What does looking inside mean? And as I was reflecting on it, I wondered, did it mean that I should meditate? Did it mean that I should watch my breath, my thoughts, my emotions, the sensations I felt? What does looking inside mean? Where should I be looking in the first place? And as I was reflecting on it, suddenly it dawned on me that looking inside meant looking within my own inner map, my own inner world, my own inner tendencies which were in the shadow, which were the hidden parts of me that were reflecting in my outer world. The unknown aspects of me that I didn't know I had, but which was strongly governing me. But then the question was how? How do I look inside this shadow even though it was a part of me? It was dark and a territory unknown to me. As simple as these questions seemed, they had me reflecting for a long time. And the more I kept on asking these questions, the more I longed for the answers to these questions, I realized the more silent I became. For now I was willing, for now I was allowing myself to listen to those answers. And that's when I realized that I was already looking inside my own self the day I started introspecting, reflecting and contemplating as to what these quotes meant to me in my life. And that's when I finally understood my sudden impulse of wanting to create these videos and share my reflections and insights on these quotes. They were but life's answers to my prayers for a deeper transformation that I so longed for, which came in the form of Disney quotes. Acting as a stepping stone, gradually leading me down the rabbit hole within, acting as a tool for introspection, reflection and contemplation, embarking me on an adventure into the unknown, throwing light onto those aspects of me that I didn't know existed within, both good and bad. And I'm sure all those who've been walking with me so far and really introspecting and reflecting on these quotes will also feel the same. So the next question that came to me was, who have I become? And how do I find out that I'm so much more than who I have become? And as I found myself digging deep within, I finally came to terms with the fact that I had allowed myself to become just a sum total of my past experiences, my thoughts, my emotions, my reactions and the habitual patterns of my life. That's how I began defining myself based on who I had become. So how was I going to find out that I am so much more than who I have become? And as I was reflecting on it, it finally came to light that life was nudging me and teaching me that the only way to find out was to introspect, reflect and contemplate on all that what I thought I was, on all that what I thought I had become. And the only reason that I couldn't see it yet, the only reason that I couldn't realize it yet was because I was so attached to who I had become. I was so attached to all that what I thought I was that I couldn't make myself see that I was so much more than who I have become. So the next obvious question was, how do I release this attachment? And as I found myself digging deep within, and as I was reflecting on it, I realized that the only way to release this attachment to all that what I thought I was, the only way to release this attachment to all that what I had become, was to find out who I truly am, so that I can finally find and take my place in this circle of life. But then the question was, how am I going to find out who I truly am? How do I find out my place in this circle of life? And what is this circle of life in the first place? Is it just a mere what goes around comes around? Is it just a mere what you give out is what you receive back? What is this circle of life? And as I was reflecting on it, I realized that just as a circle has no beginning and an ending, so does this life has no beginning and an ending. And all I am doing is moving through this circle of life, moving through different forms, moving through different phases and stages in life, moving through different experiences in life, moving through despair and hope, moving through faith and love, as the path unwinds before me till I find out who I truly am, so that I can find and take my place in this circle of life. And that's when I finally understood that each time I was introspecting on these quotes, even though it was the second time around, especially the second time around, it was as if they were not only peeling off layers of all that what I thought I was, but was also clearing the pathway for me in order to show me what lay beyond the shadow aspects of me, what lay beyond the good and the bad, what lay beyond, so that I could gradually come to see, feel and realize that I was so much more than who I have become, so that I could gradually find out who I truly am in order for me to take my place in this circle of life. And that's when I knew that the adventure down the rabbit hole within led to only one destination, and that was to find out who I truly am. But then the only question was, am I ready to release this attachment to who I have become? Am I ready to find out who I truly am? Am I ready to take my place in this circle of life? And as I found myself digging deep within, I finally understood the real essence behind all those failures, downfalls, rejections and the bitterness that I had experienced in life. It was as if they were reflecting back the intensity of my attachments. It was as if they were not only a mere redirection in life, but they were reflecting back what lay within. And as they slowly surfaced in my life experiences, they were but a mere clearing of the pathway that blocked me from seeing who I truly am, that blocked me from realizing who I truly am. It was as if they were steering me towards my place in this circle of life. It was as if they were preparing me to take my place in this circle of life. And while I feel that I'm still being steered towards it, and while I know that I still have to clear the pathway ahead, I know for sure that I'm ready to take my place in this circle of life. I know for sure that I'm ready to release this attachment to who I have become. And yet at the same time, I still had to embrace all that what I had become. Still had to embrace all that what made me different in order to make a difference in this world. Which is going to be the basis for my next video. But for now, as we each revisit the answers that came to light with these questions, the only question thereafter we should be asking ourselves is, am I willing to further continue down the rabbit hole within? I thank you very much for walking with me today. I would love to hear your reflections and introspective insights in the comments below. I thank you all for choosing to like, share, subscribe and comment, for they help the algorithms on the YouTube somehow push the video further to more viewers. Until next time, I thank you very much.